Oh, hey, look, it's the Open. We're here. We are going to watch the Open announcement and get our initial thoughts. And if we can do it, we are going to go down and do it. Here we go.
When you were competing, were you nervous before Open announcements?
Oh my gosh. Not nervous, but I never thought every year there was always something new that kind of got me nervous in the way okay, what's going to be the heavy implement, or what's going to be, the time domains? What are they going to pair? What are they going to pair stuff with? Because when they pair your strengths with a weakness, and then it was like, okay, and how is it going to be structured? Is it going to be structured to where your strength really isn't an aspect of the workout? It's more so your weakness. That was like the stuff you kind of man. Like if they were like, oh, we're going to do heavy snatches and pull-ups. You're like, damn. And the pull-ups isn't really there was a workout one year. I can't remember if it was 17 or I think it was 17, where it was basically the same snatch ladder that we did at the regional the year before, where I hit the 265 for 2 times. But then they paired it with 10 pull-ups or something weird in between. And the pull-ups basically meant nothing at all. And I was like, man, that stinks. When that movement really it's going to do nothing for the workout whatsoever. It's almost just like a filler part of the workout. And, that kind of stunk. Whereas it just meant, it was how much can you snatch? And that was the kind of stuff you worry about. Other than that, no, not
How many announcements have you been a part of?
2. Just 2. Against Scott Panchak both times. So really fun. Those are really, really fun to do. I never actually was nervous. I just was excited because I love in-person competition more than at a home gym, the Open, the Open. Anything online, I was I dreaded. And then in-person competitions, I loved. So yeah, I actually preferred doing it like that. It was fun.
And your best Open finish?
Second in 2011. In 2016, I'll fight to this day. I should have won that year, but there was a workout where deadlifting, they got me on my reps, and they told me I was good. And then after the deadline finished, they told me I wasn't good anymore, and they didn't allow me to redo it. So it is what it is. Here we go. Oh, yeah, he's got it written down.
A 15-minute AMRAP.
15-minute AMRAP. I like that time domain.
Triplet. Lateral burpee over the dumbbell. Dumbbell hang power clean to overhead. And walking lunge.
It's going to be a burner for sure. Okay, so yeah, it is 1. Obviously, you're going to have to push the pace on the burpees. Oh, you don't even have the dumbbell for the lunge? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the lunge is basically a break. Wow, you don't even have to carry that's kind of, that's funny. So yeah, you're going to have to push the burpees and push the hang cleans. Oh, it's clean and jerk, right? Yeah, clean to overhead. Yeah, you have to push the pace on those, right? I'll have to look in how you do them. If you have to, he just showed doing the same arm. So I don't know if there's any stipulations of which arms you have to do, which is interesting. But the lunge is going to be, obviously kind of make sure you don't get no rep. Make sure you're clean on your lunges. You stand up tall and step as you're stepping through, and not shortening that hip opening. Yeah, and pushing the pace on the burpees and the clean and jerk. This is going to be a nasty workout. 15 minutes is going to feel like an eternity. It's going to feel long. I'm trying to think of what kind of reps you'll get into. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I'm going to bet you're going to see, this is just off, not even without watching, probably 24s. You're going to see top times, maybe getting close to 30s, maybe. I mean, that 15 minutes is going to be a long time. So yeah, that's going to be nasty. And I think the burpees are going to play a big role. Like who's going to push the pace on the burpees? Because the clean and jerks will be fast for everyone. It'll kind of almost be pretty similar. You're probably not going to see people, top guys, put the dumbbell down. And if you do, you got to take really short breaks. And how fast are you going to move through the burpees? And that's going to be the deciding factor. Lunges without weight is nothing. Like you're literally just walking, stepping. So it's obviously push that. This will be fun though. I like this workout. It's going to be nasty. But 15 minutes is like almost all I really do right now. It's like that's the time domain. It's like 15 minutes. So I like that they're starting with it. Heart rate's up. Okay. It's going to be a fun workout in the sense that it's not going to be fun at all. But again, like I think you're going to have to come out, hit a sustained pace that you can keep moving. The dumbbell is going to be interesting to see, reps on that. I'm going to probably try to stick to one side. And then like when that side feels fatigued, I'll go to the other side just to keep the pace higher than doing the switch. The burpees is where I'm going to have to kind of push. And the lunges as well. Like you don't want to get too slow on those movements. You're not going to win the workout, obviously in the lunge. But you could definitely cause yourself to lose some ground, unnecessary ground. You're going to have to kind of find the right amount of steps. I'd probably reach a little longer with my feet. So, but quick ups. Getting there, getting that step, reaching a little bit if you have to at the end instead of taking an extra step. All right, and getting back and immediately falling down to the ground to do your burpees. Right off the bat, looking at it, I thought 27s and 30s was going to be right around the top scores. You might see some crazy scores or dudes get into the 33s. I just think it'll be really tough. And those guys showed that. Hatfield had a beautiful pace. It looked perfect. He never deviated. He didn't slow down. He actually looked like he sped up in his last set of burpees. Rich was the same way. Rich is obviously and pacing one of the best there's ever been. And Roman looked like he just kind of tried to hold Hatfield's pace instead of his own pace, and he blew up, is what it looked like to me. Still obviously did a phenomenal job, but just noticing what I saw. So that's the thing, right? Don't try to come out too fast. 15 minutes is an insanely long time for this workout. It's not one of those workouts where all of a sudden you're going to look at the clock and be like, oh my gosh, there's only 2 minutes left. No, you're going to look at the clock and be like, oh my God, we're only halfway. Like that's what you're going to do. So finding the right pace to come out that you can maintain, and slowly towards the end, your last 3 minutes is when you're actually probably going to want to start to pick up the pace. So for me on the hang clean jerks, I don't know if I would have like specific numbers for each arm, unless you're going to alternate like they were doing. And Rich looked really smooth with it. And if you feel smooth with that, do it. I think staying on one side is going to be faster, but just not getting to that place where you start to get slow with that one arm, right? The moment you start to feel a little bit of sluggish on the other side, that's when I would switch. So, yeah, and then just, again, keep moving on the burpees. There's no reason to stop on the burpees, right? Put your hands, my thought on burpees always is get your hands to the ground, get your hands to the ground, get your hands to the ground. The moment I'm over the dumbbell or whatever the burpee is, get my hands over the ground, or get my hands to the ground, and then once I'm up over the dumbbell, get my hands to the ground, right? And that step, the step actually in the burpee is going to make it a lot easier than if you bring both feet up. So as I come down, step up, jump, right? Step up, jump. Step up, jump. And that's a lot less fatiguing than if you bring both feet up. When you try to go fast at the end, maybe that's when you bring both feet up. So that's my strategy. We'll see how it plays out. Nothing else to do it but to do it. So here we go. Well, it tasted like it smelled. Nasty. Yeah, that played out pretty much how I expected it to play out. It had it was the one thing I thought going same arm, the alternating arms is the way to go, 100%. Maybe not on the 3 or 6, but after that one, like I felt so much better going alternating arms. My left arm is obviously still a little janky from the surgery, and so it was kind of, oh yeah, I'll take the water, babe, thank you. So I was, you know, I had a few weird moments, and then I just kind of thought about it, and I was like, just alternate arms. And once I did that, it felt drastically better. The lunge is literally obsolete. Just don't go slow. And then, like I said, just keep moving through the burpees. You know, finding what feels good, what's sustainable, to where you don't stand up and rest. I did once or twice maybe, where I should have picked up the dumbbell, and because of that, I might have been able to get through that last lunge. But just a mental workout is all that is. You know, there's really, like, shoulder got a little fatigued. One thing I did notice I was doing is I was kind of being lax with the weight on the clean. And the moment I actually straightened my back and kind of locked my back out and really cleaned it hard, it felt so much easier going overhead. And that actually made a ton of difference. So respect the weight in that little clean portion of it and pop it right up. If you go a little or if you get a little lax with it, which I did a couple times, it felt like the dumbbell would be a little forward and I'd almost have to strict press it, which wasn't a big deal, but over time it would have been. So I'm glad I felt that little correction. So yeah, just get that back up, and as you clean it, you know, use that little hip shoulder drive and get that weight up into a good position to drive it straight up overhead. So that was a lot of fun. You know, I was just thankful I could do the workout. I had a great time. You know, if you are interested in doing the open, definitely go do it, give it a shot. Do the scaled version if you need to. But you know, it's a fun way to test yourself, and it's just a workout. So the worst thing that happens is you get a little bit fitter from it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that is really it. Go sign up. Do your lunges. Do your burpees. Burpees are great. Everyone needs to do some burpees anyways. A little dumbbell hang, clean, and jerk. 15 minutes of fun. So thanks CrossFit for that workout. I really enjoyed it. I like the rep scheme. I like the time domain. I like the movements. I think the weight is appropriate for the workout, where if you went too heavy, it would really knock the majority of people out, where they probably couldn't keep going. And this workout, you definitely could just keep moving. And that was the best part about it. And that's what I love. So it's a mental check. Do you want to fall down and get back up? Do you want to kind of keep popping and cleaning that dumbbell? And do you want to keep lunging, right? My feet actually got a little crampy. But yeah, have fun with it. Enjoy that. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Go sign up for the Open. And like, subscribe, and do the thing. And as always, don't forget to pay the man.